Several large-scale art murals will soon be on display over in Chicopee. It's just our first stop as Western Mass News goes town by town. It's part of the Beyond Walls 2023 Street Art Tour. The goal of the tour is to celebrate our dynamic communities, their rich histories, and diverse populations. 2 murals will be installed in Chicopee over a 1-week period beginning July 1st. Over in Springfield, the Shriners Hospital receiving a big donation today. The first annual golf and band event helped raise over $27,000 for the hospital. The event was hosted by Brenda Cuoco and Associates Real Estate Brokerage in honor of Jackson Connors, the son of a past client, to support all children at Shriners. Finally, Town by Town takes us to Holyoke, where Mandati Jewelers is officially open at the Holyoke Mall. The family-owned jewelers celebrated their first Massachusetts store with a grand opening and ribbon cutting this afternoon. The store specializes in certified diamonds, watch and timepiece bands, necklaces, charms, and other fine jewelry.